You're Lively Stratton Jr.? And so, Mr. Stratton, in cause number 19-33601, charged with capital murder, and this, we're back again on this. Mr. Radford has been appointed to represent Mr. Stratton. And Mr. Radford, have you had an opportunity to get started on discovery?
Judge, I have gotten a transcript. I've got a huge trial docket coming up the next 2 months, and I haven't had a chance to read it. I have also visited with Mr. Stratton. I've gotten discovery from Ms. Malfino. I've gotten the paper discovery from Ms. Malfino, and we have visited preliminary, excuse me.
Easy for you to say.
Initially, about a possible resolution to this case that doesn't involve trial, but we're going to have to do some further negotiations, and I think she has to visit with some family members.
Sure. And I know there's probably also some audio, video and things that you need to get.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any.
So obviously, Mr. Stratton is going to take Mr. Radford just a little bit of time to get up to speed on this. And so what I'll do based on...
We've been working to recreate the file, Judge. It just was in several different places, including the district clerk's possession. I have prepared a written notice asking them for the trial evidence to be returned to the possession of the state.
Okay.
I also have the transcript thing.
I've gotten the transcript.
To Ms. Tanner, and we will begin going through that and recreating the file. If there's anything additional Mr. Radford needs, he knows I have an open resolve.
Judge, could I get 60 days on this?
Well, I was thinking for sure 60.
Yeah.
I mean, I think realistically, obviously, it's going to take you some time to get up to speed, get the file recreated. We don't want to put it off too long. We need to get it taken care of, but I know everybody needs some time. So we're in... we're in September. We're not in August anymore.
I've got 4 huge trials.
Well, so why don't we do this? Why don't we come back first part of December, which is about 70 days, 75 days-ish. Let's find out where we are. And at that point, if you guys could at least have an idea if it's going to trial, then we can get a special date next year so that everybody's ready and available, and we'll get it set at that point if we need to for trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right. Thank you. You can go back with the bailiff. Mr. Chason tested negative for everything, so that's good. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I need your signature, though. All right, ma'am, you're Renisha Chason. And will she waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
And again, we're just going to get a plea on the new indictment, reset the MTRP case, and come back and see where we are with the pre-sentence report. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That goes with that also.
Judge, just to refresh the course of recollection, the co-defendant in this case, who is the, in my opinion, much more culpable defendant, has already pled the TDC time.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Chason, in cause number 24, DCCR 2351, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of injury to a child, and that's from July 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? I'm sorry? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Burbank? And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I follow the agreement, you can't change your mind later. Do you understand? Yes. And it looks like the agreement that you've made is for a 5-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Yes. Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection, states 1.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Chason is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. And if that can include an update also on the probation case where the motion's filed, so I can have all that information as well. And then we will come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right over there. All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing.
Would the court consider allowing her to remove the drug patch? It's costing some money that she doesn't have.
Not until sentencing. We're going to keep it on until sentencing. Make sure you keep it on and keep it updated, and then if everything goes well,
When do I come?
it's about 5 or 6 weeks. Okay?
Maybe excuse me.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, you're Darius Sparks. Mr. Sparks, did you get someone hired?
I'm talking with Dunham and Jones.
Who?
Dunham and Jones is a law firm.
Uh-huh.
They got a deposit of $750, so I'm setting up.
Okay, and you're working still?
Yeah, I'll get to this.
Okay. And do you know the name of the attorney there that you're talking to?
No, man, it's a widespread piece of that.
Okay. So if you just put Dunham and Jones down, that's who he's, I'm going to reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to get them hired. If you do, make sure you bring that reset notice to them and they'll tell you what to do. If that's not going to work out with them for some reason, you can't get them hired, you need to talk to at least 3 others and bring me those names. Okay? Step in front of the clerk, she'll give you a reset notice. Good morning, sir. You're Ray No?
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 25, DCCR 0386 and 0387, Mr. No is charged with intoxication manslaughter and the other driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. And what is the announcement?
We are ready to proceed to trial by jury, Your Honor.
Okay, have y'all done a rejection? So what I'll hold it while y'all do. On the tablet, there's a plea bargain rejection.
Okay.
If y'all will get that signed with whatever has been offered that you're rejecting, and then I'll go over consequences, options, all of that, and then we'll get it on the trial docket.
Understood, Your Honor. I'll
Okay.
get that filed.
Yes, sir, thank you. I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're David Calderon? And Mr. Calderon, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 1428. You're charged with the state jail felony offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle from May 20th of 2024. And since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
No, ma'am, I haven't had the opportunity. I've actually been working on getting my civics taken care of. And I brought some documentation here to show that.
To get your what taken
My
care of?
civics taken care of as far as like transportation, a job, shelter.
Okay.
Basics. I'm just coming, it's probably been like a month or so since I've been out. Probably like a month and a half.
Since you got out of jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I do, Mr. Calderon, is I'm going to reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to do a couple things. One, if you don't have a job, try to get a job, obviously, but also try to at least talk to some attorneys to see what their prices are. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. I want you to talk to at least 3 lawyers. I also want you to bring me proof of jobs that you have applied to and things like that. Let's see where you are in 30 days. If you follow all those instructions, bring me the information about where you've applied for jobs, if you've gotten a job, who you've talked to, then we'll discuss whether or not I'll let you fill out the paperwork for a court-appointed lawyer, okay?
I was gonna say, ma'am, I have a paper here, so I just got hired last week at a job. But I also brought
Good.
some documentation showing my financial status right now and what it is that I'm responsible for.
Bring all that back next time, but at least when you bond out, I want you to at least try to hire a lawyer, okay? If you haven't talked to them, you don't know how much they charge and what your options are, so I want to make sure you do all of that, then we'll discuss your options. Bring all of that also back next time as well, okay?
That's it. Can I get a little bit more than a month?
Everybody gets 30 days. Just show me what you've done in 30 days, and then if you need more time after that, if you've done what I asked, then we'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
But I just do 30 days to make sure everybody keeps doing what they need to, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Step in front of the clerk, she'll give you that reset notice. Good morning. You're Richard Afongwaith? And Mr. Afongwaith's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. Again, what is everyone's announcement?
Unfortunately, we had to file a motion for continuance. Mr. Floyd had to have a partial knee replacement last Wednesday. He's under doctor's orders not to sit or stand for prolonged periods of time. And so we had to file a motion for continuance. So I guess our announcement is not very much.
I got the message, I don't have an issue, I mean, I can't, he's got another.
Sure. Is there a timeline on that?
So in the next, I think he's got to follow up in 3 weeks, and then they'll reassess what he's allowed to do, right? Because like right now, he's still like at home.
Sure.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to reset the case to the next trial docket to give them plenty of time. Obviously, you guys know this was going to be the number one probably. It's really going to be up there next time. So as far as age goes, I'm going to set it, and if I need to protect everybody, I can do protection orders from other courts if you need that as well, because it'll be time to get it way past time next time.
yes, Judge.
Tell him I hope he gets better, and we'll see y'all at the next trial docket.
Thank you, Judge.
You're free to go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning. Are you Cedric Fontenot? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fontenot, in cause number 24, DCCR 1665, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from March 28th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? Speak up.
Yes.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon?
Yeah.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you reached is for a 3-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes.
State tenders number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Any evidence that Mr. Fontenot is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
And what about this one as far as history?
Judge, respondent only has traffic.
Okay, so any issues with waiving the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Fontenot, I'm going to waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, defer all proceedings, and place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation period, if you successfully complete it, the case will be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation, you could be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, which means you'd be a convicted felon, and you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? Also, if you get on this probation, do everything you're supposed to up front, get it all taken care of. I sign early terminations from probation every single day. So if you do it, you don't have criminal history, I have no doubt that you'll be able to be successful. If you get community service, get everything taken care of, it's likely that you can get off before that 3 years as well. All right? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up to her desk to go over your paperwork when she's ready, and she's at that desk right over there, so be watching for her to call your name. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning. You're Maverick Neal. And Mr. Neal, your attorney, Mr. Doyle, is out with some health issues and will be for some time. He's asked that I reset your case. I want to ask you if that's what you want me to do, or if you would like me to consider if you could qualify for a court-appointed lawyer so we can get your case moving. You can wait. So what did he say? I know, but time-wise,
Surgery's in November.
that's what,
I forget how long.
I know.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's major.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Neal, I'm going to reset your case until the first of the year. And so you need to stay in touch with Mr. Doyle. You need to be talking to him, get in touch with him, continuing, if y'all have a contract, pay him whatever you need to do, and then we'll see where everybody is in January. If at that point he's unable to be back, then it will be time for you to either hire another lawyer possibly, or us look at a court appointed, okay? Okay, you're free to go. You're free to go, sir. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. You're Crystal Calvillo?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Calvillo was previously in court and cause number 24, DCCR 2456, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of theft of property. I've received that pre-sentence report. Any additions or corrections to that report?
No, no, for the state.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty previously freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have the felony conviction on your record. And at the end of that probation period, if you successfully complete it, the case is actually dismissed and you will never have that felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, and then you could be sentenced anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 2 years in a state jail prison. Do you understand? And there's no restitution, correct? Okay. All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation, she's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. You're Sarah Henderson?
Good morning, yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Henderson, did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am. I got 3 people, but my income might have changed. So I'm trying to see if I can maybe qualify to.
Who'd you talk to?
I talked to Langston, Scott Adams, C.L. Swisher, and K.P. French.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you mean your income has changed?
Well, I switched jobs and I'm making a little less. You know, but at first I was making too much to get one the last time I was here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to see if maybe I qualify to get a court-appointed lawyer now.
Why did you switch jobs to make less money?
Well, I didn't really have a choice, you know, so
Okay.
I didn't want to switch.
Where are you working?
The city of Ohio,
Okay.
streets and drainage.
Okay. So I'll let you go ahead and fill out that paperwork again. Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely, just like you did last time, and then I'll take a look at it. Okay? Step in front of the clerk. Janisha Jackson.
Doesn't apply with vacation, don't just leave it like and
Good morning, sir. You are Christopher Thomas, and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment
He will, Judge.
as amended on August 19th of 2025?
Correctly amended. We appreciate it. Thank you, Judge. And we have no obviously objections to the amendments.
All right, perfect. So, Mr. Thomas, in cause number 24, DCCR 1378, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of criminally negligent homicide from June 6th of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge?
Okay.
And are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? Ms. Malfino, does the state have evidence with regard to
I do, Judge.
culpability?
I would tender to the court and then make it state's exhibit number 2, so it doesn't
Yes.
conflict with the plea papers, which is a report of Detective Thomas from Port Arthur Police Department. I would proffer to the court that on June 5th of 2023 on Highway 73 in Port Arthur, there was a traffic accident that occurred between Mr. Thomas. He was determined to be at fault in that accident. He was driving a semi-trailer and it led to the death of the individuals in the car. We have discussed this many times that there is obviously a big civil litigation pending in this case. So there is no probable cause after the affidavit. I'm assuming it was a direct grand jury, so I would tender investigative report, Judge, which is just 2 pages, as states 2.
Any objection to states
We
two?
have no objection, Judge.
All right, states two is admitted. Mr. Thomas, I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Gertz?
I did.
And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like that agreement is for a 5-year deferred probation, a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Do you understand?
I do.
Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
We have no objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Thomas is not competent?
None at all, Judge.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll just give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing. Thank you, sir.
What time are we going?
1.
1. I will be here. Get excited.
I'm not.
I'm so excited.
Good morning, ma'am. You're Krishara Bennett?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Bennett, did you get someone hired?
No, ma'am, I was 65.
Who'd you talk to?
Carl Walker, Thomas Burton.
Okay. And tell me where you are on being able to get somebody hired.
Financially, I'm not able to meet the requirements of the payments that they're asking for.
Right.
I do work, but I don't get paid.
Where do you work?
Village Trust for the VA.
Okay. So what I'll do, Ms. Bennett, is have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely, whatever your income is, whatever your bills are, and then I'll take a look at it. You're going to swear under oath that it's all true and correct, all right? So if you'll step in front of the clerk, she'll give you that paperwork. Marquise Berry. All right, are you Reagan Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Howard, you're in cause number 22-39924 on probation for deadly conduct, discharging a firearm, given a 6-year deferred probation, June 10th of 2024. Motion to revoke was filed. Entered pleas of true to counts, looks like 1 through 9, and then 11, 12, and 13. I've received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Defense has, Your Honor.
Any additions or corrections?
I just argument, Your Honor. Not from the state.
Hold on a second. So all of those were, there's no new offenses. What was count 10? Hold on a second.
Failed to provide verification of any successful completed anger management.
Okay. So it looks like probation's recommendation,
I don't know if they actually made a recommendation, Your Honor.
yeah, they kind of didn't. Mr. Kimler, go ahead.
Your Honor, Ms. Howard has struggled on probation, and I say that really, it was a kind of a polite way of saying she really hasn't done a whole lot while she's been on probation, except test positive for THC and alcohol. In talking with her and trying to understand why she didn't make more of an effort on probation, I think that she, again, and I'm perhaps sound like a broken record in these cases, but I do think she suffers from some underlying mental health issues that have to do with depression. The court would note in the report that she did have a stillbirth, and I think that that's affected her. Of course, that's not an excuse, but, and then, of course, she refused the help with ISF and substance abuse. And again, I'm not an expert, but I think part of her problems with the THC and alcohol stem from self-medication. And I do think she would benefit from ISF substance abuse, and she, I believe, wants to do that now. But really, she needs treatment for depression and get her serotonin levels back. I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but to get her serotonin levels balanced out. And perhaps she would perform better. I think she's had an opportunity since she's been in jail, I believe about around 120 days, to reflect and introspect and gain some insight into her position here. And she's told me during our discussions that she does want to keep a felony off of her record. She does have plans for the future that a felony would compromise. And she really wants to do the probation and is willing to do the ISF. Now I know I've looked at these incident reports from the jail, and it seems that this is kind of a recurrence with people that are detained pending resolutions of these NPRPs for these reports to be generated. And I'm not questioning or asking the reports. I'll just note that it appears to me from looking at the reports that they all derive from her interactions with one corrections officer.
Not all, but most.
The most do, but then again, I'll leave it to Ms. Howard to kind of explain that to you, maybe what's going on there at the jail with these reports. She has a support system available. These women in the back are all here at this well. So she has that going for her too. I think that she can do the probation, Your Honor. It's a question of whether she's sufficiently motivated. And again,
well, why didn't you go to ISF? Why did you?
I'll let her.
You were given an opportunity. Yeah, so you were given an opportunity to go to ISF, and you said, "No, I don't want to do that." Right?
I was kind of scared and didn't know like what the courts was gonna tell me, and
well, I mean, ISF would be better than prison.
Yes, ma'am. I know that, but I was just scared. I wanted to just buy me some time and actually do my probation, because I know I admit to all my wrongdoings. I wasn't ready to go to prison or ISF.
But you know it's going to be one or the other.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not going to not do all this and me go, okay, well, let's go right back out on probation.
Yes.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just tell me what's going on with you and Miss Bobo.
I'm not going to say she picks, but it's a lot of picking going on with that officer.
Do you think if you, from day one, were just following the rules,
yes, ma'am,
that you probably wouldn't have that issue?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, from what I can tell, from the time you got in there, you didn't follow the rules right.
Yes, ma'am.
She got frustrated, and then it's all right.
Well, I don't want her to interrupt you.
It's okay. She got frustrated probably pretty quick because her job is just to try to make you guys follow the rules. When you're not, then they're gonna pick because you're still not following the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? So if you did that from the beginning, she wouldn't have been watching you more closely. She wouldn't have been worried maybe so much. But if you continue to break the rules, it's her job to enforce those rules. That's not picking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's enforcing the rules. She's just there to do her job. And I know there's a lot of females in there that don't have a stack of write-ups like this.
Yes, ma'am.
They don't call officers bitches.
Yes, ma'am.
You know? We're looking at 2 weeks ago. Bitch, you've been waiting all day to just write me up. That's after all these pages of the other incident reports. She probably is waiting to write you up because she knows you're not going to follow the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Mr. Smith?
Judge, it's like deja vu all over again. She has an issue with apparently cocaine, THC, and alcohol. She was offered a chance to take care of that, and she basically said, no, I'm not going, I don't want to go, I don't need help.
Do you
Now,
think you
when
need
she
help?
faces-
With my depression, I don't think I have a drug problem.
You don't? So you're on felony probation and you're using drugs, knowing it could send you to prison,
Yes.
and you don't think that's a problem?
It's a problem.
Okay.
She was using THC up until the day before she was arrested. I think she's saying that now just so that she doesn't wind up going to prison. I don't think it's going to be effective in that.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. So I don't disagree with Mr. Smith. Ms. Howard, you're on probation for something very serious, but you don't have a lot of criminal history. I mean, you're one of the ones that should be able to complete this.
Yes, ma'am. And
You
I
know.
can.
I don't doubt that. I mean, you've got people here. Not everybody has people sitting here in the courtroom when they come to court.
Yes, ma'am.
Some people really are on their own, but you're not using that help through probation, through your family, and if you don't, you are going to end up in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's what I'm going to do, and I don't want you to misunderstand anything I'm about to say, because this is your chance. And there's going to be a very important caveat to all of this, and that's going to include not getting in trouble. Talking about that in a minute. We're going to find that you entered your pleas of true to count 1 through 9 and 11 through 13 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true.
Yes, ma'am.
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty and revoke your probation. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to continue you on probation. I am going to order that you enter and successfully complete the ISF, the substance abuse track of the ISF program. When you get out of that, the aftercare will be the JCDI program, and you're going to be on zero tolerance. You will be required to wear a drug patch. If that drug patch comes positive, you're right back in here and you're looking to go to prison for up to 10 years. Just that simple. Now, here's probably what's going to be the hard part. If you get another write-up, it is going to be a condition of your probation that you not get another write-up.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to be in our jail for a couple of weeks before they send you to ISF. You better figure out how to stay off Miss Bobo's list.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever it takes. You do every single thing you're supposed to. Just be quiet. Just be quiet for 2 weeks. Follow every single rule to a T, because you may not ever get out of our jail. I will check, and if I get a report, you will be back in here before you ever get to ISF. If you get to ISF and there's somebody that you think's picking on you and you get incident reports there, same thing. So it's time to figure out that at least while you're in custody, you got to do what everybody else says. When you're out of custody and you're not on a felony probation, then you get to follow your rules. Until then, you're on all of these rules. And it's not always you eat when they tell you to eat. You go to bed when they tell you to go to bed. You wear your jumpsuit the way they tell you to wear your jumpsuit. You don't talk when they tell you not to talk. You don't sit on a bunk when you're supposed to stand. All those things. It's like being treated like a kid, but that's what happens when you are on a felony probation. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I hope you take advantage of this and make the turnaround that you're talking about. Because again, when you come back, I'm going to see all of this, and I'm probably going to wonder what I was thinking, and Mr. Smith here is going to remind me that he argued against this, and he had every right to today. Does that make sense too?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. This was not an agreement. You can talk to Mr. Kimler about your rights. All right, you can get, oh, yeah, sorry, if you'll put that on top. If you'll sign that real quick, saying you got a copy
I
of
don't know if
it.
there's any, put this in probation, but maybe a referral to Spindletop when she gets.
Bill, I would, they can do, if you'll put on there for a mental health evaluation and any recommendations for treatment. Yep.